it is.
Right on time, too.
Open the forward torpedo room hatch. Send in the rest of the equipment as soon as I get your signal. Okay, I'll see you in 2 days, Benson.
I hope so. Need any more time, I'll let you know. Sackler? Craig Benson. I thought your signal all clear.
Yeah, but sometimes you just can't trust me.
Yeah, I found that out.
Ain't been a Jap on this side of the island for weeks. Those two must have been out looking for my radio shack and spotted that torch.
I better signal the skipper. He's in a hurry.
Cane alkene berry juice.
Thanks for warning me.
Solves all problems. It stays down.
Shove off that supply raft!
Where do you figure we can hide the stuff?
That old ship's about as good a place as any. What are they bringing?
Rifles, ammunition, spare radio, medicine.
Who'll get it?
I don't know yet. Anyone on this island willing to fight Japs?
My friend Blanco would know more about that. He was born and raised here.
That's good enough. Let's get out of here. Thanks, man. Tell the skipper I'll contact him if I find any of our people that need to be evacuated.
Good luck, Mr. Benson. Maybe this time she'll be with you.
What do you mean? Who'll be with him?
My wife. How long do you think it'll be before they start looking for them?
2 or 3 days at the most. If we're lucky. How much time are you gonna need?
Just long enough to contact the Filipino resistance, if any.
Boy, those Japs sure like to stop you, Benson. Last time I listened in on Tokyo Rose, they'd up the reward on you to 50,000 pesos. I doubt if they'd pay that much for General MacArthur. Hey, that's up near my shack. Nahni and Camota, they're friends of mine.
Up one there.
How many?
One soldier. Maybe wait. I think so.
Let's find out.
You two wait here. Take the back window. I'll go in the front. Ah! Blanco! Wait. No more, come. Morning. How about slip out without waking you up?
I wasn't asleep. A Jap cruiser?
Yeah.
What about those bodies on the beach?
Blanco's taking care of them. He'll have that beach looking like nobody's ever been on it.
You tell him to bring that radio?
Sure enough.
I'm glad he's on our side. I'd like to use him for a couple of days.
Help yourself.
Hey, I almost forgot something. The Army decided to reward your efforts out here. We were given a field commission about 6 months ago. News is a little late, but the back pay's been piling up. Lieutenant Sackler.
Lieutenant? How about that? What am I getting excited about? Doesn't mean anything out here anyway. I better hit the air about that cruiser. Seller requests. Interested buyer. Hemp quotations, latest prices. Also sugar. Repeat, sugar. Rattan. Finest grade.
Now, let's see. You're Camota, and you're Nahni, right?
You make big snafu. Nahni, my cousin Camota.
Yeah, they picked it up. Here's our acknowledgement. Now, let's have some chow, huh? Up. Our guest, come on.
Man, that smells delicious.
Yeah. That's monkey stew.
I really wasn't very hungry anyway.
No, go ahead. We had it yesterday. It's better warmed over. Great cooks, these two, huh? You don't like that? Maybe they can fix you up with an order of fried grasshoppers.
No, that's fine.
Coffee, Bata?
That's me. Means baby. Yes, sir, no problems here. Just one big happy family. You little beauty. Ain't this better than sitting out in the POW camp? I was with the 104th on Mindanao till they surrendered. Not old Marty Sackler. I'm allergic to barbed wire, so I just took off. A little more stew? Hooked up with USPEP, and they sent me down the coast here to start a coast watcher station. Ain't a bad life. I'm their bata. They're my Camotas. Just like her name. It's Filipina for sweet potato. It's parched peely nuts. I kind of hate to go back to real coffee. There is one thing I sure do miss, though. You happen to have a...
No, sorry. Don't use them.
One thing I never could get used to on this island is rolled banana leaves.
I'd say you do pretty well in most respects.
Yeah, but I sure do miss having someone to talk to. Say, ladies, would you come here a minute, please? Step right in here. You, want to be their bata too?
Well, that's a very tempting offer.
Cook, wash clothes, sing you God Bless America, keep you warm.
No, thanks. I'll only be here for a few days.
Sometime, few long enough.
Yeah, I know. I'll get my things together.
They're afraid they offended you.
No, it's not that.
Your wife? Any news of her at all?
I've been on 34 of these islands. Evacuated hundreds of civilians. Nothing. If I ever do find her, get out of these godforsaken islands and stay out.
How'd you two happen to get separated, anyway?
We were at the Manila Country Club playing golf when the Japs hit. Some problem came up about some tools my company was importing. I had to go down to the dock and straighten it out. I got caught in the bombing. Woke up on a ship headed for Australia. We'd only been married a few days. Sometimes few long enough.
Well, that golf course is several miles out of town. It wasn't hit, was it?
No, I don't think so. At least I heard later that most of the people hid out in the hills during the bombing.
Yeah, nearly all the Americans were captured and put in concentration camps.
She wasn't taken prisoner or killed, or I would have heard. She's got to be hiding out someplace.
Yeah, it's possible, I guess. Maybe she's passing as a native.
I don't think Ruth would blend into the countryside too well. Blonde, blue eyes.
Sure is a knockout.
I met her in San Francisco when I was on a buying trip. She wanted to get married right away. Conditions were mad out here then. I asked her to wait. Ruth's not much of a girl for waiting. Anyway, when I got out of the hospital in Brisbane, Naval Intelligence figured they could use my knowledge of the islands and asked me to work for them. Figured it'd be as good a way as any to find Ruth, so I took them up on it.
It's Blanco. Looks like you've amassed a small fortune there, Blanco.
When the Americanos come, I buy my wife new teeth. You keep them here for me?
Good enough. Say, Blanco, I want you to take Mr. Benson back into the hill country. He's looking for anyone who's willing to fight Japs.
I help you find.
There's a man on this island by the name of McKeever, sort of a self-styled general. Do you know anything about him?
McKeever no good. Sometime fight Jap, but all time make my people pay, or he kill.
It's the old protection racket.
Ever hear of a guerrilla leader by the name of Julio Fontana?
He come here maybe 2 months ago. Same kind man, I think. He fight McKeever.
Same old story.
No fight Jap, too busy. Fight each other.
That heavy artillery?
Yeah. Jap's got a 16-inch rifle at their base at the other side of the island. Makes you a little uneasy when they practice with that thing.
I know what you mean. I won't use that radio unless I have to.
Right. Japs are stirred up enough already with my setup. If I have to move, I'll meet you down at the old ship. Otherwise, right back here.
Well, you should be back tomorrow night.
All right.
Thanks. Goodbye, Nahni. Camota. See, I got it right this time. His daughter? You can stay here if you want to, Blanco. I'll go on alone.
No. I promise, Sackler, I help you find. Upon the radio, always say, Americanos never come back. When they come back? When?
I don't know, Blanco. I don't know.
Americano?
You speak English?
No comprendo. ¿A dónde vas?
Busco el guerrilla principal.
¿Por qué?
Es asunto mío.
Quítense el equipaje. Tráiganlos.
Pase.
General McKeever at your service. Welcome to our heroic little outpost of freedom. Mr. Benson? Oh, yes, your face has been well circulated. Join me?
No, thank you.
As one American who espouses the Filipino cause to another, I salute you.
You seem to know quite a bit about me.
I know that the United States Army has given you the authority to select guerrilla leaders and to supply them with arms and supplies. That is why you sought me out, isn't it?
I arm men to fight the Japanese. Why did your men attack me?
Regrettable error, Mr. Benson. But in this area, there's a yellow dog named Julio Fontana. He's the leader of a band of cutthroats who are masquerading as guerrillas, pillaging, raping, terrifying the natives. I've sworn an oath to wipe the scum out.
Tell me, you're an American leading a force of Filipino irregulars. What did you do before the war?
The age-old story. Wine, women, and the devil take the hindmost. I was in Davao when the Japanese hit. Suddenly, a miracle occurred inside my soul. I could have been evacuated with the rest, but I refused. I was born again with a new purpose. To fight for the freedom of my fellow man, and to the death if necessary.
Very noble. How many men do you have to back you up?
Over 500.
Where are they?
Strategically dispersed in small groups. An effective force, but poorly armed. We need anything you can give us.
How about American civilians? Are you in touch with any?
I regret to say that they've all accepted passes from the Japanese some time ago. And now, Mr. Benson, if you'll just tell me where the arms are located.
I'm afraid I'll have to inspect your forces in the field first, General. And if you don't mind, I'd like my guide released and my equipment returned.
Of course, of course. And after you've had a chance to rest, we'll have a feast in honor of your arrival. And a bit of sport later, perhaps?
Play agua. Excelente.
Is there something wrong?
No. My guide was just saying he'd like to have his bolo back.
Well, of course. El bolo. Yes, a Filipino without his bolo is only half a man. Sharpen it for him. And some fresh water for you to wash with? I'll be honored to have you share my humble tent. Dead game, these birds. Instinct. Pure instinct. Fight till they drop. So will I, Benson. You give me the weapons and I'll kill every Jap on this island.
I've already told you I can't do that without further inspection.
What do you suspect me of? I've already proved my good faith. I could have turned you over to the Japs. 50,000 pesos, that's a lot of money. Thought never occurred to me. Never entered my mind. Look, I'm a desperate man. I can't fight with my bare hands.
You'll get what you need if I'm satisfied you can hold out here.
You're stalling. You think I'm playing both ends against the middle,
Using your own words, the thought never occurred to me. I think we ought to leave now.
Sit down, Mr. Benson. I said, sit down. No! Stop him, Benson! Stop him!
For Pilar's daughter.
Guerrilla justice? No trial?
He doesn't deserve it. But he will have one anyway. From el buen Dios. This afternoon he killed an old man and raped his daughter. All in the name of Filipino resistance. You saw them, Mr. Benson. You know what kind of a man he was.
So now you're the new general, I suppose.
General, I have very little vanity left. My men are fighting with homemade guns, knives, clubs, even their bare hands. You bring arms, Mr. Benson. I need them.
He says you're a bandit.
So do the Japanese.
I'm looking for Americans. McKeever said there are none on this island.
He lied to you. I know of some.
You want guns? Suppose you start showing your good faith by bringing the Americans here to me.
All right. Joe Blair will stay with you. He's my right hand. I'll find your people and have them here tomorrow morning.
Morning. Good morning. Come on in.
Hey, you boys are really living high. Fried chicken for breakfast.
Yeah, it should have been boiled. Try some.
Man, you can't get nothing fit to eat out here. Why, I used to have me a girl back home could fried chicken would melt right in your mouth.
You're a long ways from home now.
Ain't I, though? I came out here to fight Severino Garcia. I went 6 rounds with him before he decked me. Fought all the good Filipino boys. You might have heard of me, Tiger Blair.
Tiger Blair. Yeah, I remember you, Tiger. How'd you ever get mixed up with Julio?
Oh, old Julio was quite a playboy in those days. His folks had a lot of money. He used to come by the gym with a bunch of babes and put on the gloves with us. He could go pretty good, too, when he wasn't clowning around.
Americanos come, Mr. Benson. Now, hold on a minute. One at a time, please. I know how you feel. I'm Craig Benson.
Oh, it's so good to see someone who can help. I'm Mrs. Thompson. This is my son, Timmy.
I'm an Army brat. My father was a captain in the Philippine Scouts. Did you know him?
No, Timmy, I'm sorry. I didn't.
I am Dr. Van Bart, medical missionary, and Miss Delia Ellis, our school teacher. The only one foolish enough to have lived here longer than I have. 40 years.
30. I'm old enough as it is.
Well, you both look fine, just fine.
I'm Carolyn Pelham. My husband's being brought in on a litter, poor darling. I must look a fright.
Now, please, Mrs. Pelham. I'm afraid we are doing all the talking.
I'm sorry I can't tell you anything about the travel arrangements, but with a little luck, you should be in Australia within a few days. Now, we can leave as soon as Julio gets here. Blair and Blanco will take care of you.
Oh, you're very good.
Mr. Dixon. Thank you.
Craig?
Ruth? I'd about given up hope.
I had to.
Let me look at you.
Oh.
2 years. A lifetime.
You know, it was months before I found out that you weren't killed in that first air raid. For a long time, I wished that We're dead, too.
I looked all over for you. How did you get so far south?
Some people took me on a fishing boat that was headed for Davao. We were strafed and sunk a few days later. Some of us managed to get to shore. After that, we lived like jungle animals.
I know you've been through hell.
I have. But I've seen the good side, too. Craig, on Luzon, Filipino families took me in, hid me, shared their provisions with me.
We'll soon have you out of all this. Back where you can start living like a human being again. In San Francisco. Remember San Francisco? As soon as we get to Brisbane, I'll get us on a flight to the States.
Craig, all you've done for Filipino resistance, you're not going to quit, are you?
Yes, I am. I've done all I intend to. I have a standing offer from Miriam and Company.
I'm not the same girl, Craig, that you married.
I've changed.
This war has changed all of us, Ruth. But it's over for us.
So much happened. Craig, I don't think I'll ever be able to forget it.
Yes, you will, darling. I'll help you.
I've got to talk to you.
I thought we agreed on what is best.
I don't know if I can go back to him or not. He seems almost like a stranger to me now.
You want to help me, don't you? I must have those guns, or I can't carry on. His friends know anything?
The Jap scouted this area yesterday. We have to make better time. See if you can give them a hand, Blanco. Why didn't you tell me yesterday my wife was with you?
I didn't know she was your wife.
How long have you known her?
She's been fighting with my people ever since I first organized this area.
What was your purpose in organizing?
Filipino independence.
I know of some Fontanas in Manila who also claim to be for Filipino independence.
Yes. My family. They are collaborators.
Stop, please. Mr. Benson. Could we stop here for a few minutes? My poor husband must have some rest.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Pelham. Keep moving.
You poor darling. I don't see how you can live through this. You must find the strength somehow.
Why don't you just shut up, Carrie? Why don't you just shut up?
Can manage without your help, thank you, Doc.
Pride cometh before a fall, Miss Ellis.
How you making it, Tim? Let's try this.
Thank you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll be a cavalry officer.
Well, I hope they give you a faster horse. Let's go. We'll never make it today. May as well camp here, get an early start in the morning.
Tú, vigila desde aquella loma.
Rattan 2, Rattan 2, over.
This is Rattan 2, this is Rattan 2. Over. Seller agrees to price. Seller agrees to price. Over and out.
Did you reach him?
Yeah, he's trying to contact the sub now.
Eat.
I don't know whether Jeff will be able to eat this or not. He's so weak, poor thing. You're lucky, dear.
You really hate me for being like this, don't you, Carrie?
How can you talk to me like that? After all I've been through.
Don't, Caroline.
Careful, Carrie. You want to get those big, beautiful eyes all red and puffy, do you?
You did this to me. You took me to that horrible plantation. Look at me. Look what you've done to me. I'm ugly. You're good to yourself or anybody else. Why don't you just die?
I wish I could.
Forget it. I didn't mean it. I swear I didn't mean it. Jeff.
Isn't there anything you could do for them, Dr. Van Bart?
I'm sorry, my dear young lady. I have no cure for an unhappy marriage.
Will you?
Thank you, dear.
You?
Thank you, my dear.
Timmy?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
These school teachers, they never stop rapping our knuckles, do they, Timmy?
It doesn't do anyone harm to learn good manners.
Timmy?
Julio. That sub will meet us tomorrow night.
Good.
I'm gonna gamble on you. When we get there, you can have those supplies.
We'll make good use of them. I promise you.
I hope so. You can start by taking that radio.
Blair, you have to go back to camp tonight.
Man, are we gonna do some fighting now?
Have Luis and Pablo bring in all our people.
That I will do, with delight.
Stay on this radio till you hear from me.
Right.
Timmy, don't eat so fast.
Timmy, how about an extra candy bar?
Thanks. Mr. Benson, is General MacArthur meeting us?
Well, no, I believe he's sending someone else.
When is he coming back like he promised?
Soon, I hope.
He'll clobber those Japs.
I'll see you in the morning.
Bye, Mr. Benson.
Good night.
Wow.
Anyone you know?
You've been changed. Except maybe for this Craig.
You may need a little time to get used to me again. It won't take too long. You owe me 2 years.
That's just what I was thinking about. The way things were with us before the war. You know, it seems like it happened in another life.
We only have one. Think about that.
I have. You know, coming to the islands was wonderful and exciting, but I don't think I ever really fell in love with you until after we were married. Oh, Craig, please understand me. When I heard that you had been killed, I went completely to pieces. I guess other people managed to keep me alive somehow. One of them was a woman whose husband had been wounded while fighting in the underground. She took me to Julio's camp, and I stayed there, and I learned to fight like the rest of them. Craig, it was a whole year until we found out that you were still alive. About the work that you had been doing. I was very proud of you, Craig.
Look, Ruth. All I've ever wanted was to find you and get out.
Get out? Craig, we can't leave yet. I feel like a deserter.
A deserter? Ruth, you're my wife.
Craig.
We've got to tell him, Julio. It isn't fair to him.
Don't do this to us. You know what I want. To forget everything and be with you. For me, what we had together will never come again. But it's not important what happens to you and me. I can lose the help he promised us. I have no right to ask you to stay. Only you can make that decision.
I don't know. I don't know.
You still love him.
Part of me belongs to each of you. And always will.
Sackler's hut.
I don't see the submarine.
You will, Timmy. Julio, come with me. The rest of you wait here.
Mom says they have ice cream every day in the Navy. What's the matter? Don't you like ice cream?
Sure I do, Tim.
Look, darling, we're almost there. Jeff? Is he all right, Doctor?
Benson has quinine among the supplies. It might help.
Quinine? You hear that, Jeff? You'll be well and strong again soon.
Will he get well?
6 months with no medicine. The spleen hopelessly enlarged and other complications. I don't know, dearie, I don't know.
Oh, I hope you can save him, Jan. She needs her husband.
Every woman needs a husband. An excellent institution, marriage.
Oh, only a hypocrite doesn't practice what he preaches.
We are all hypocrites. Otherwise, I would be removing tonsils in Holland instead of playing St. Francis in this benighted land. And you would be a respectable grandmother in Compton, Ohio.
A grandmother? Oh.
Pata, Senor Benson come.
Hey, Benson, how'd it go?
Fine. Julio Fontana, Lieutenant Sackler. He'll be your contact from now on.
I've been flashing you all day. We spotted some Japs this morning.
Down by the beach?
No, over that ridge there. They must have been looking for the guys we tangled with the other night.
Did you contact the sub again?
Yeah, they'll be here after dark.
There's guns in that old wrecked ship.
I'll get my men up to the beach right away.
Start the others down with you. I'll catch up. How many of those Japs were there?
There's a whole company of them.
You'll probably be moving your setup.
Yeah, tomorrow at the latest.
What about the girls?
Well, they're with me till this fracas is over. After that, well, a man needs somebody.
Yeah. Well, I don't see you before we board.
Your wife wasn't with him.
As a matter of fact, she was. Stuff's in the cabin below the wheelhouse. It's all yours.
Okay. Oigan! Descarga los rifles!
I'll hold my people just off the beach. You can pull out as soon as you're ready. Next shipment will be bigger.
You'll bring it?
No. This is my last trip. I'm all through.
Bart, I say, Sub not come tonight.
Did he say when he would come?
Only not tonight.
It'll never come. They never intended to meet us.
Now, the Coast Watcher's in constant touch with that submarine. He'll give us the new rendezvous time as soon as he gets it.
If we have to wait, we'll wait.
And we'll have to hide out up there somewhere.
I'll show you a good place to hide.
Give me a hand, Doctor. Well?
I'm not going with you. You said you were through. Well, it's different with me. I'm in this until it's over.
You two might have been honest enough to have told me.
I had to have those supplies. A lie was a small price to pay for them.
Craig, we thought you were dead.
Well, I'm not. Sorry.
You should have been strong. You weren't. Every ounce of strength we had went into staying alive.
For the cause.
Yes. We fought together for something we believed in.
Congratulations.
Benson! 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 Here I come!
We'll all be killed! You got us into this! We'll all be killed!
This is Pelham!
Let's get to those guns!
Come on!
Take him, Julio.
Mom! Let go!
Get that ammo topside, girls.
Let go! Let go!
Tenientes, ¿no?
Let them get closer. They don't know what they're in for. Where's Blanco?
I don't know.
Blanco, get up here! You don't die now! Blanco, die here!
little sweet potato. No problems. Just one big happy family.
There's more protection in there. Come on.
Doing?
Taking cover up there.
They'll try again.
Now they know what we've got. They won't be so reckless.
Sackler, what happened to this?
They tangled with a Jap cruiser. Said they'd call back when they got free.
A little late for that now.
No, we can hold out.
Not for long we can't, without food and water.
There are canteens and rations down there on those bodies.
Yeah? Enough for a day, maybe.
How'd you make out?
Had enough for a couple of meals. Like Jap rations.
Well, let's go try them.
How about you?
No, thanks. I'm not hungry.
You know, you're handy to have along in a scrap.
So are you. Never thought I could do this, did you?
No. Wasn't what I was looking for.
You know something? Seeing you and being with you, watching you today. You're a very brave man.
Only when I'm forced to be. You know, there's not much chance of us getting out of here. But if we do, I wish you'd come back with me.
Let's see. 49?
Correct. 7 times 8.
Must you keep that up? Multiplication tables at a time like this.
It keeps them occupied. Go on, Delia.
7 times 8. 7 times 8.
I want my mom. I want my mom.
10. Your mom's gone. We can't change that. But we're gonna need your help. You're gonna have to be a good soldier. All right?
All right, Mr. Benson. I'll try.
How is the patient?
He's responding to the quinine. A good sign.
Good. What difference does it make? Those murderers out there.
Oh, look at this. Sure.
How long will the water last?
Careful rationing until tonight.
Hey, Benson, get a load of that.
I'll see what he wants.
No, don't go out there.
What have we got to lose?
Hold your hands.
Mr. Benson! Mr. Benson! This is a momentous occasion for me, Mr. Benson.
Never mind the formalities.
I am prepared to make a generous offer. Considering your hopeless circumstances, we have sent for mortars. When they arrive, your entire party can be exterminated at our leisure.
What assurance do I have for the safety of my people?
For you, Mr. Benson, none whatever. You will be sent to Manila to be interviewed by the commanding officer of the Philippine campaign. And then you will be shot. The rest of your people will be given Greater Asia Co-Prosperity passes and will be permitted to live near our base at Magaban.
A concentration camp?
Not at all.
Does this include all members of my party, regardless of who they are?
Precisely. You have my word as a Japanese officer.
All right. I'll consider it.
Mr. Benson, I do not have unlimited time at my disposal. You also have my word. If this offer is not accepted within exactly 1 hour, it will be withdrawn, and your entire party will be exterminated with no further possibility of surrender. Remember, 1 hour.
Just one short burst.
Control yourself, Sackler. You offer safety and limited freedom to our entire party. We surrender. We have 1 hour to decide.
Limited freedom. They won't keep their promise.
You never should have gone out there.
The odds aren't too good either way. They're bringing up mortars. This old tub won't last long once they get here.
It's better to die here with guns in our hands than out there on our knees.
It's a very heroic attitude, Fontana. But I have women and a child to think of. I'll talk it over with them and see what they think about it.
Maldito sea. You'll get your gun back in an hour.
I'm sorry, Craig.
So am I. A lot of people will die because of it. Shot of alky? No, thanks.
I cheer you up. Okay. Not enough in there to wet a sparrow's tongue. I got a whole year's supply up in that shack. Might as well be at the North Pole.
I wonder. Pretty quiet out there.
Yeah, with the mortars coming up, they can afford to wait.
Well, we can't. A man could swim out around that point there. Had a little luck. He might sneak through that radio shack of yours.
Be a miracle if they haven't burned it.
Yeah, you'd think so. But I haven't seen any smoke. No sense in just sitting here and wait for those mortars to show up.
You're right, we ain't got much to lose. I'll take a stab at it.
Hold on, it was my idea.
No chance. I know that grove like the back of my hand. Used to play hide and seek with the girls up there.
Where's Craig?
Isn't he down below?
No.
He's not out on deck. Maybe the sub-lieutenant will still accept his surrender.
Oh, Julio, I don't believe that. He wouldn't desert us.
Where is he then?
Look, I'll stand watch. You need some rest.
All my life. Now, when I could say there is no answer, I believe there must be. We have wasted 40 years.
30.
Ruth! Hold up! Here!
He wouldn't have left us to try to save himself, would he, Julio?
Who knows what a man might do?
Please don't try, Jeff. You'll fall.
Why don't you take a little walk on the promenade deck, Carrie? You used to like that. Sashaying past all those big, strong heat men. I made it. Can't stand it anymore. Down there with her. Did you hear that, Carrie? I can't stand you anymore. Stand him off up here. Go on!
Yes! You left him up there.
That's where he wants to be.
And so do I. So do I! Jeff!
Get away from me.
Jeff, darling.
Darling. Honey. Sweetheart.
Please, Jeff. Don't talk like that. Let's just be together now, darling.
Get away from me, Carrie.
Get forward! Get forward! Please, get forward!
all right, son.
You'll get those supplies within a month. Good luck.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Ruth.
Craig? I'm going with you. You'll have me.